I was having some problems with my GPS unit. It was acting intermittently, going on and off, and eventually it quit altogether. I was also having a few issues with my backup camera. Sometimes I would have to tap on the screen to get it to go, so that indicated to me that it was only a matter of time before it was done. I like the way the new vehicles have the backup camera and the GPS unit all integrated into one. Looks very smooth, but unfortunately, when this coach was purchased new, that option was not available. I was thinking though, however, perhaps I could kill two birds with one stone and get a GPS unit combination backup camera all in one. So that's what I set out to do. I did some research on the internet and I learned that the Garmin RV890 will accommodate an input for a camera. So I purchased it, Garmin RV890, which is this unit here already mounted on my dash. I also found that to make it work, I needed to purchase an auxiliary magnetic mount, or an optional magnetic mount, which is this unit right here, and it comes with this cable. This cable plugs into here. Video input goes into here from it could be a backup camera, a GoPro camera, lots of things. I think most camera inputs are relatively universal. So anyway, it goes into there, and this unit mounts magnetically, so this here gets replaced with this one, snaps onto there, video in, we're good to go. Now, my concern was that how do I get the signal from my original camera, and will my original camera work, and will the wiring connect to the new GPS unit? I posted the question on a website, irv2.com, which is an RVer's website, which has a lot of good information there in there. I got quite a few replies, but one in particular suggested that I contact a company called RV Cams, and the person there is Tim, and he could perhaps give me some direction on what I needed to do. So I sent Tim at RV Cams an email, and he got back to me. He said, first of all, he wanted to know what my original equipment was, what the make and model of my monitor and my camera system was. I didn't know that. I knew it was a Voyager, but I didn't know what model. So I sent him a picture of the monitor and of the camera, and he was able to identify make and model from that, no problem. He sent me back a reply and said, yes, my camera will work. Yes, my original wiring will work. However, I would need to purchase an optional wiring adapter to go from my original harness to the Garmin unit. I did that. It was not expensive. It was $25 or something like that. And this is the harness here. This end here plugs into my original harness that comes from the back of the coach. And the other end, this plugs into the harness that came with my optional mount, like that. Power and ground. This one's unused for this situation. So, I should be all good to go here. I have my new GPS unit. I have the optional mount. I have the wiring adapter. So, everything should be okay. What my plan was is I don't like the look of things sticking on the dash, and I also don't like the look of wires hanging all over. This here has the power wire that would plug into here and come down and plug into an accessory outlet. So what I was hoping to do is I remove this monitor, take this out, mount it in there somehow, hide all the wiring and have it switched from the ignition so that when I turn my ignition on, I will be able to power up this unit. Now this unit also has an internal battery and actually operates as a tablet. So I can turn it on and off here using the battery power, or when it's connected to the vehicle, to the mount, whenever I turn on the ignition, it will automatically turn on. So that's what I'm hoping it will do. So I'm going to remove this instrument panel, this monitor and my radio, pull everything out, and try to figure out some way to mount that into there. While I'm in there, I also need to remove some of the original equipment that comes with this. Tim at RV Cams, he sent me a wiring diagram of what is in there now and circled all of the things I have to do. The wiring I have to remove. There's also a power box in there that supplies this. All that gets removed and gets replaced with what I will do is I'll put an accessory outlet in there that's switched from the ignition. So we're going to start by removing the screws. There looks like a little torch drive here, and we'll remove the screws to hopefully all this unit will come out. This is where an electric screwdriver would be nice. Well, that was very simple. 6 screws. I think we want to be careful we don't break this plastic. Looked like there are only 4 screws in the back holding this this monitor in. I'm going to remove the radio from here so that just make it a little nicer to work with. Now these radios, they actually there's just a spring clip holding them in. So normally you would use like a little piece of wire, U-shaped wire tool to go in here to release this clip. But because I have it out in my hand, I can just press this in. Should be able to just press this in, release those clips. Hopefully not break the plastic. There we go. Just like that. This radio, by the way, is just a standard radio out of a Ford Explorer, I believe. And there's our panel. So now I'm going to remove this, and we'll see what we need to do to make a nice, neat installation of the 890.